So we put hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread the fingers. Push them out of the way slightly with the hands. So you just get a sense that pushing them out of the way with the hands. You get that width across the upper back. Tip the tailbone, rolling the tailbone down towards the floor. Lower back lifts, waist lifts, lower rib cage lifts, shoulder blades spread, and eyes just looking towards your knees. So we're looking to get quite an even C shape of the spine. Then as you breathe in, we're going to send the tailbone away, the breastbone away, and we get that arch throughout the whole spine. Just let the rib cage go, shoulder blades will come together, and you get that arch. And you want to involve the whole of the spine. Same again, tailbone rolling under, pelvis rolling on top of the thigh bones, the whole spine rounding up towards the ceiling, eyes tracking to the knees. And that can be done on an out breath, and then as you breathe in, we send the tailbone and breastbone away. Shoulder blades draw together a little. So breathing out as you lift. Take a big harness lifting you up, and then breathing in as you extend. Find your tabletop position, and we can add on threading needle here. So we're going to turn the palm up towards the ceiling, and we thread the hand through, bringing the head close or to the ground and the shoulder towards the ground, aiming to get shoulder under shoulder. We come back up, change to the other side, turn the palm up, thread her through, shoulder under shoulder. That's what we're aiming for. Keep an eye out that the hips don't go back. It's a different exercise. It's a nice wee way of cheating. We want to get the movement into that middle part of your back, middle upper back, and keeping the hips over the knees helps with that. From threading needle, you could do about 10 of those, and then following on from that, we take it into a little rest stretch. So rest stretch, rounding the spine, taking the hips back towards the heels, push them out away with the hands, and then we can come back in. This exercise is called rest position, and we can do a couple of other little alternatives or modifications. This next exercise is called rest stretch, and I can give you a couple of modifications that are really nice to loosen out the back. So if we start what I call a tabletop position, so spine isn't arched, it's not rounded, it's flattish, and we take the hips back towards the heels. You can push them out away with your hands, let the head go a little, but we keep it fairly active, feeling the hips are coming back towards your heels. We draw forward. Different position, you can bring your big toes together with the knees slightly wider apart. Same thing, bringing the hips back towards your heels. You can let the hands relax, or you can push them out away to get a little extra stretch. Coming back up. And if you want to get more hip stretch, take the knees wider again, at least the width of your mat. Big toes stay together, and we can sink those hips back. Let the body drop, let the forearms drop, and you can move from side to side. So you can work with whichever one you feel works best for you. Come back again, knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. We're going to cross our right hand over our left. And this is a way of getting to the side of the spine. Round out the spine and take the hips back. And you'll feel this down one side, down that right hand side, which is lovely. And then come forward, and we can change it to the other side. Rounding the spine is nice here. So if you round the spine first, and then you take the hips back towards the opposite heel. So I've crossed my left hand over my right, I've rounded my spine, and I'm taking my hips back towards my left heel. And you can alternate it, or you can do a few on each side. So rounding, I've got my right hand over my left, and take my hips back towards the right heel. And you'll feel it down that left side. Next exercise, down facing dog. tuck your toes under, or pike, some people call it pike. Lift the hips, press the heels back, press the body through the arms. And keep the knees slightly bent to get a little bit more into the spine. So take the hamstrings out of it, lengthen through the waist, press the body through the arms. We can walk now through the ankles to get a little bit of ankle mobility. So we can get a few different areas of the body stretched with this one. It's also a nice strengthening effect for the arms. So just mobilising through the foot, walking through the foot, the heel, the midfoot, the toes. And then reach both back, set the knees down. And quite nice to finish off just with a little rest stretch after that. Come back up.